As always, it's me, Matthew Robinson, for Afters with Matty. We have just unfortunately seen Worcester lose 29 points to 7 against Old Hales. And as you've probably guessed, we've got one Worcester kit here, but because I treat my audience, I've also got one of the opposition who famously used to play here, Phil Leader. Start with you, Phil. Unfortunately for us, you were excellent today, mate. Talk us through your game.
Yeah, so the boys did really well. So really good stuff from the boys, fronted up really well. So defensively was probably our biggest strength. So we really did keep the Worcester out. They had a really expansive attacking line, but the boys managed to drift on and really support each other. So it was good, really good defence from the lads. For myself, I think I didn't get too involved, but when I did, it was a bit of magic. So.
Unfortunately for us, Phil got a try. Yeah. I'm also joined by someone who also had an outstanding game in Tom Baker. You're our Worcester man of the match. Yeah. Just talk us through your game, Tom. The backs didn't see a lot of the ball today, unfortunately, but when they did, they lit it up.
Yeah. I mean, when in the first half especially, I think we got the ball a few times when we did. We made ground, made movement, did everything we needed to do. I think it was just a case of little things. Defensively as well, I think first half there wasn't much difference between the two teams, and then second half I think it was just little tiny bits of whether it's fitness, whether it's execution, you never know, but on the day the Old Hales obviously just did a little bit better.
And going back to you, Phil, obviously Old Hales on an outstanding run now. I believe you're into double figures winning streak.
That's 9 on the bounce now. So our last loss was to you boys. And then from there it's just been on the up. So each week's been more and more challenging.
What is the ceiling for you boys at Old Hales at the minute?
Well, we're hoping for promotion. That's the big aim for our boys. So whether that's top of the league, we've got a good battle going on with Ludlow at the minute. Just walked away with 1 point difference between us. So we're hoping we can just keep building momentum. And then when we play them for the final game of the season, it should be a big clash.
Tom, as much as you were outstanding with the ball in hand today, talk me through your defence. You were an absolute man mountain today.
I felt like a little bit like a school kid today because it was one of those things where everyone's just as big as me because I'm not over 6 foot. So it's one of those things where you get low, take the hit, and I think today it was just a case of needing to show strength and wanting to kill someone. It was just I played more of a defensive game myself personally, and when I got the ball made ground, but it was, I think defence is quite a nice thing on my game. I quite like to do it, so it's just job done really.
Yeah, and obviously we've unfortunately lost today. What do you think the boys need to work on in the week so then we can change that to winning ways against Droitwich next week?
I'm not sure. I think it might just be communication at some ends. Maybe sometimes I think some of the boys, as a team, we're doing one thing and then acting on another. As well as that, it might be just an element of just small little executions and little increments of the game that Old Hales on the day just had a little bit of an extra boost on.
That's a fair comment. And Phil, lastly with you, you're an outstanding player. I can hear Johnny R's purse strings rattling in the background. Well, how do we get Phil Leader back to Worcester?
It's going to be a challenge, boys. The future's looking bright for me, so there's a couple of things on the table. But this will always be home for me because I love it here. The boys are always friendly when I come down. A couple of cheap shots today, but I love it, so it's good stuff. So
it's Stephen Lloyd, Jeffrey Crawshaw, if you're hearing that. It's his home here. Get him back.
Lloyd's there.
That's been Afters with Matty. Thanks for joining me, boys. Congratulations on both your man of the matches. And good luck for the rest of the season, Phil.
Cheers.